Just finishing up one task before I get crocheting. Oh, it's good to be live again. How are you, Norfolk Bell? Hi, Amy. Got some interesting things to do this evening, and I need your help. Yeah, just finishing off packing up some yarn that's on my table. So we have a clean, fresh slate. I've got like 5 more to do. We're good. We're good. We spent the entire day in Brighton yesterday and got a bit sunburnt. I was fully expecting rain and cold weather. That was a bit different. But yeah, had a lovely time, full day. And then we've been out today as well. So, lots of rest well, lots of no rest, basically. Yeah. Everything. So today, guys, I don't know what to crochet. So I'm going to need some suggestions. And I've got a few ideas. I have some yarn here that I have no idea what to do with. I bought it because it's pretty and sparkly. And I've got quite a bit of different shades of it, but only a couple of each shade, which makes it difficult. So I need to know what to do with that. Or the other thing I thought about was actually creating a project wheel, like a spinner wheel for plushies. Is the mic covered? Shouldn't be. I'm rustling. I'm really sorry. I'm just finishing off packing some yarn, which might be the rustling. I can stop that. Oh, that's causing a problem. Right. Yeah, the yarn is this stuff. It's Universe XL by Hobby, and I think I was mistaken when I saw XL. But actually, it's really thin for me. It doesn't say what weight it is. It advises a 6mm hook. Really? It's really thin. But yeah, not sure what to do with this. So, suggestions. This is all I've got. It's how many yards or meters? 220 meters. So I've got 440 meters of it. What do I do with this? Hi, Sharon. Wheel sounds good. Excellent. Yeah, I've got a project wheel. I've got to figure out how to split my screen. That's going to be a new one on me. But I've had quite a lot of time recently where I want to crochet but can't decide what, and then spend hours trying to figure out what, and then never actually crochet anything. So a plushy hammock. Oh, I love that. That's a great idea. Get like one in the corner. Okay. Need a pattern for a plushy hammock. Or figure something out myself. No, we do a pattern. Definitely a pattern. Oh, I like that. Okay. I've also got 2 of these. Which one for the hammock? We'll call this colour 1, colour 2. Which one for the hammock? This is much more my vibe, but this is much brighter and cheery. 2? 2. So what do I do with one? Second plushie hammock? We've got a lot of plushies. Always got a lot of plushies. Right, let's put those there. I'm going to finish off this guy, and then a little bit into the live, I'm going to bring up the wheel. You're going to be testing my capability with regards to YouTube. Let's see. I'm pretty sure you can split your screen. I know you can split your screen. Hang on. Share screen. Okay. Select a tab to share. That one. Okay. Oh, you can see me too. There you go. 2 children, 2 hammocks. Oh God, I get rid of as many of their toys as possible when they're not looking. So this wheel, I'm going to sort of leave throughout the live. but I know that you can put things in here. So, for example, one of the things I want to put on here is a capybara, because I've just made the sky. You see him? How cute is he? I really like him. I've made these loads of times, but my other half said he needs a bit of fruit, like the meme. So he's got a little orange on his head. I like them. I don't know how well they'll sell though, because I showed it to my sister and she didn't know what it was. She knew it was a capybara. She was like, "Is that a Cheerio on its head?" Does everyone understand what this is? That's the question. This is something I'm just finishing off. But yeah. What's everybody crocheting today? What's everybody doing projects wise? And have you all had a nice day? It's been lovely weather down South England. Not sure what the weather's like anywhere else. Right. You know when you finish off with a project and you have to put it down and you can't remember exactly how many, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, exactly how many you did. But yeah. So what's everybody working on today? This is a crochet along or knit along or craft along or eat along. Something. Does everyone like my new guy? I'm just finishing off his hair. And then he gets tested this week. It's a new pattern I'm trying. Making a cotton hot pad. Mini toad in the freezer. Oh, cute. Need a cotton hot pad. I made a placemat once and then never did it again. Don't know why. I was planning on making an entire set and it just never really happened. I have the attention span of a gnat. But yeah, this guy has been a few weeks in the making. I ran out of yarn and forgot about him for a sec. But he is hopefully going to be the star of a video at some point. I'm hoping to do not a tutorial, but like a video about UKCA testing. Don't know if that would be of interest to anyone or not. Haven't 100% decided yet. Christmas gifts. Christmas gifts. It's April. Oh my Lord, you're prepared. Although saying that, I have started purchasing stocking gifts. Yeah, fair dues, actually. I'm the type of person that if I see something in the shop and I think, oh, they'll like that, I buy it, put it in our gift box, and then usually forget about it. And then come December, I look in the gift box and think, who on earth did I buy that for? But yeah, now that we've got 2 kids, there's December is expensive if you don't pre-prep. We don't spend masses anyway. 7 children. 7. That's got to be a massive Christmas morning. I mean, mine's big enough as it is because I've only got 2. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you're going to need a lot of hot pads if there's 9 of you. Are you doing like matching ones or different colors? I have to say, I hate making hair. I hate making hair. This is really fiddly. I have to say, guys, if anybody has any ideas for the wheel, it's like going to be a continuous thing through the live, and I'm hoping to complete it. I'd like at least 20 items on there so that whenever I am stuck for inspiration, uh, it's an idea. And I make wearables as well as plushies. Majority of the time it's plushies because they're nice, quick and easy items and they sell really well. But I am starting to do a lot more wearables. Crazy, but I love it. Always had the Christmas dinner prepared from scratch in the freezer. No, we offered to host once, but we live further away from everyone in my family. So they were like, "Yeah, no, thank you. We're not traveling." I'm like, "Okay, then I'll come to yours." And we don't do the prep or the cleanup, but we usually do like the tea or something, because it transports easier. Need a needle. So many ends. Uh, animals on swings. Oh, hang on. Yep, yep. Right. Let's do this. Okay. So I really like making bandanas, but this is a mesh market bags and mesh market bags. I've made both of them, but they don't sell very well. Um, so I've made the double crochet bandanas and some granny stitch ones. Um, but yeah, they don't. I've sold a couple through last year, and that was it. It wasn't any more than that. What was it with that? Yeah. Um, I am thinking of adding a couple of my regular items. So we have, let's go mini octos and jellyfish. And what else do I make? I don't even think now. Pride bags, maybe really. I've seen something that I'm trying to figure out how to replicate. I'll show you. Um, there was a mesh market bag by Stephanie Z, and well, it looked like her bag, and someone has done this to it, and I thought it was fantastic. If I find it, screenshots. I take too many screenshots. So found this on Etsy, I think it was. Like if you can see, it's better exposed, but like the rainbow kind of effect. Um, and I love that. Like I genuinely want to make that for me, but I'd need to do some maths. Might be a bit more maths than I'd like, but I could do it. Um, oh, loaf cats. Let's add that. And I'm going to make pride bags a separate item. Let's have it. Pride bags. Loaf cats. So with loaf cats, I like making the bigger ones, chunky, but the little ones sell much better. I don't like making the little ones. It's typical, isn't it? Mm. But yeah, I also saw this skirt. Now I'm not a skirt person, and I wish I was. Um, but this is a bit more of a mini skirt. But I love that. Like, love that. I think it's really cool. Needs to be worn by someone probably a little slimmer. Um, but yeah, I think it's fantastic. And I'm hoping to have some like pride themed clothing and stuff eventually. I did make a rainbow granny hex cardigan that sold, and that went really well. I've still got the picture of the lady that bought it. She loved it. She's like, I haven't bought anything today. I'm going to treat myself. And looked at it, eyed it up. I was like, don't know, don't know. And I said, you could try it on if you like. Um, very rarely let people try stuff on just purely because you don't know, like deodorant will wear off on the garment or something. But she was going to buy it. It was like the spiderweb skirt, spiderweb skirt. It's in the spiderweb top, but not the skirt. I have to write that one down to look at because I want to make myself something for the Pride events we're going to this year. I'm thinking of just making myself a rainbow top because I don't tend to wear cardigans in the summer. I run hot all the time and I can't deal with the extra layers. But rainbow top could be good. See, mesh sleeves, I have got a pair somewhere. Uh, Not here, probably somewhere downstairs. But they're very, very small, made for an extra small person. And I find that I don't suit mesh top like tops that end there because of the way everything else happens. So I'm thinking more of a little sleeve with a top, and then depending upon how I feel, maybe turning it into a dress. But I've looked at dress patterns and I don't like anything I see for me. Like there's loads of lovely patterns, but it's not anything I would necessarily wear. So yeah, I'm not sure about that. Not sure about that. Oh, right, got 3 more rounds of colour to go. But he's sort of supposed to have like a mohawk kind of thing. So also the first time I've tried embroidering eyes using the 5-pointed star stitch. And I love how they turned out. Love it. Because this pattern, usually when patterns call for like a bigger eye, I only use the glitter eyes, they're that big. So I didn't have any plain ones. I tried a glitter eye on him and it just didn't look right. So I was like, right, I either need to buy like bigger safety eyes in all black, which is not really what I wanted to do, or I have to learn to embroider bigger eyes. What do you think? Does it work? Do I buy eyes? Premier Cotton Sprout has a self-striping rainbow. Let me write that down. Let me write that down. Premier Cotton Sprout. See, if I had more of this, I think this would make some really cool sleeves. I could buy more. You know how much I love buying yarn. Oh, but yeah, that is kind of cool. We'll see. I'll start it and see what happens. Right, let's finish this guy off with my grey. Oh, I'm using chenille chunky yarn from Yarnsmiths. This is my go-to chenille yarn now. However, it really sheds. So if you do use it, don't be surprised. It really sheds. Okay. Okay. Why is it on the nights I go live, it's the one night a week where the kids scream themselves to sleep. Every other night, they're absolutely fine. Tonight, screaming. So I do apologize about the background. They're just super, super tired. Super, super tired. If you got kids, you'll understand. I may have to partake in some more Premier yarns. You just need more storage space. That's a very simple fix, you know? More shelves, take over another room in the house, make a couple of kids share. So that's what I did. No, we planned on making them share for a reason, and then I just happened to take the third bedroom. That's all. And technically, this is my office for work. Um, just debatable as to which type of work one is talking about. Okay. Yeah, I brought this project on here for a reason because I know you guys will make me finish it because I haven't wanted to finish it. But he is really, really cute. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Also bought another new pattern recently of a woolly mammoth. Are they popular? Because he is super cute. Like, but he will take a lot of work, and then I have to test him as well. You did. I remember. Had a really good conversation with a few people after our live last time. Got a lot of yarn storage ideas. It's great fun. Uh, this is you. Yep. So my yarn storage, there's always been about haphazard until recently when I've actually had this room, but I still have all of the space under our bed. Yeah, there's a lot there. But it's mainly my acrylic yarn that's under the bed, and I use that mainly for ear warmers, uh, which I really want to make. I have like a real sort of urge to make them at the moment, but the weather is just heating up and heating up and heating up. Um, and the only ear warmers I actually plan to take to summer markets are my Pride ear warmers. So I make them in the flag colours, which people purchase in advance, ready for winter. But I won't be taking many other ear warmers, I don't think. I've got so many. But I just enjoy making them. I just find it very therapeutic, just on the yarn winder, just knitting and knitting and knitting. Um, I've actually got a load I still need to sew up. So I have a center knitting, but never been able to make anything on it. Why not? It takes a little bit of practice to get used to, but if I can do it, anyone can. I have very little patience, and I found that one of the reasons it was skipping stitches or dropping stitches was actually because the tops of the pins are quite pointy and sharp, and like when plastic breaks off of stuff, and that it was just where it come off of whatever it was attached to. So I used a glass nail file and filed down all of the tops. And ever since then, very rarely does it drop stitches or miss stitches, and it's great. I had nothing but trouble until I did that. Right. But yeah, until then it was great. Until then it was difficult, and then it was great. Sorry, getting my greats and difficults all around the wrong way. But you should give it a try. If there's any like catchy bits, I find that that just makes it not work well. Mm. Yeah. So I bought this to go on it. This does work, but I think it's a bit thin. And the other yarn I bought recently to try all of this. It's a bit of trial and error. Um, so this is Cabaret Double Knitting by Stylecraft, which I love. Sorry about the background. The wife is in there, they're not on their own. And I've got a whole bunch of those, all in different colours. Like, I just think these are really cool. And then this has made a beautiful ear warmer, so I bought more of it. This is also Stylecraft. These were all on sale. Can you tell they had a sale? So I bought like one of everything. And it's a double knit. It's just a simple double knit. Anything bigger than a double knit is a problem. I have put red heart through it. It's debatable. I've double stranded some thinner yarns as well. Um, my Metallica yarn. Don't think I've got any down there. What else have I put through it? See, I put this through it. This is an Aldi yarn. Again, this is a double knit. Um, these go through quite nicely. They make really nice ear warmers. Start with a double knit, I reckon. Double knit acrylic. Yeah, that should go through. Um, you can tell by the sound and the feel of the machine when it doesn't like yarn. Um, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it makes a like clunky noise, and it feels different when it doesn't like the yarn. Like you can feel it, and it's yeah. Hi, Tiana. You are back. Um, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We are finishing a long-awaited plushie, and we're also coming up with ideas to put on a wheel spinner for when I don't know what to do. California! Hello, Marie! Oh, our honeymoon was supposed to be in California, but we were a COVID wedding, so that never happened. We were going to camper van around California. Where is my penguin? Yeah. Besides this one. Do you like the shirt? It's one of my favorite shirts. So this is the guy. Bit of a spoiler if you haven't watched my most recent video. This is my blindfolded penguin dude. I love him. He was sitting on my desk, but I had to make way for the laptop, so he can take his pride of place back again. I thought that challenge was really, really fun. The editing was awful. Like trying to get two screens on at the same time in the right. Oh God, that was something I won't be doing again for a while. The other half and I were literally scratching our heads for 3 days trying to edit that. Yeah, that was that was tricky. But yeah, I'm still not sure what to do for a video for this week. Yeah, I don't know what I want to do. So I still don't have a video. I have some ideas and I got a lot of other like started videos, but yeah, you couldn't stop laughing. So my other half doesn't watch crochet content, like she doesn't. So whenever she watches my video, she's like, I can see how people like it. It's just not for me. And I'm like, that's fair. You are not my target audience. Um, because she was actually laughing through that one and it like made me feel really like I'd done a good job. But actually the views are not there, which is a shame. I tried a thumbnail test for the first time as well, so I had like 3 different thumbnails. Um, so we'll see. See, YouTube is a weird one. YouTube is odd. And I'm not going to try and guess the algorithm and try and get it out there. I'm just going to be me and hope for the best. Yeah, just do what I want to do. Yes, I need a video idea for this week. I've got a whole bunch of stuff, and then it's purely because I've worked so much recently. I've literally been working non-stop, and I've got so much to do for work before June. So yeah. Uh, the editing or the penguin. The penguin took up under 2 hours because I had 2 hours to get it done before I had to leave the house, and I still had like 20 minutes to spare. I think if I hadn't have been filming, it would have been a lot quicker. But I'm surprised how well he turned out, actually, considering the amount of color changes and like eye placement, embroidery, pride projects for a video idea. That means I actually have to work. That means I actually have to get work done. But I like it. I have several pride themed items. Also, I got told yesterday they've changed the asexual flag. Is this true? Because that really scuppers some of my old product. Like I thought you finalized your flags, guys. I try and make it as best as possible, get the yarn choices like as accurate as I can. And people love the individualized flags for things over like it sells better than rainbow stuff. People love their flag on things, and you know what? Good for them. That's why I do it. I love it. I love it when you get kids come up, well, specifically sort of teens come up and go, "Oh my God, that's my flag!" And some people who come up to the booth and don't make a big deal out about what they're buying at all, or some people that really hurts me when people are buying it on the quiet, because they'll come round with their people and then they'll come back later and buy it and stuff it in their bag and take it away, and that hurts me when they do that. Really hurts. I'm like, no one should feel ashamed for being who they are. Yeah, like it hurts, but it's nice that I can provide something that makes them feel better. So yeah. Yeah, yeah. Hey, Punky Fish. Right. I don't know what's happened to that one there. It's gone out a bit, but Mohawk is coming along. Yeah. Black, silver, white, purple. Yeah, that's what I've got for the asexual flag, but apparently it's changed. Um, you're late to the party. That's not a problem. I'm planning on staying live maybe to for about 2 hours till about 9 o'clock. Depending upon if anybody's left here. If no one wants to be here, then I'll finish early. But yeah, a couple of hours I thought would be quite nice. My daughter is now communicating in Morse code through the wall behind you. So if you hear banging, I'm sure she's sending some form of message. Um, the penguin is unique, but I can't sell him. So I went into that knowing I wasn't going to sell him. And the reason I can't sell him is because of the testing rules in the UK. He because he was done blindfolded, the tension on him is different. There's some holes in the bottom. So even if I was going to sell him as like a wonky carrot type thing, um, it's still not allowed here. So he is mine, and he is going to sit. I'm going to try and get like a little collection of plushies that I want to put up on my wall, the things that I'm hoping if I burn, because I have to burn this guy, and I might try burning him at the back. So when he's finished, I can sit him on my wall, and you won't see that he's got a burnt bum. So he could be a decoration, would be the idea. That's if his head doesn't fall off, or if his hair doesn't come out, or if his legs don't fall off, the usual when it comes to testing toys, doing pride stuff, flags and things, rainbow bi and non-binary. So I don't think I've got my stuff up here. They're currently downstairs being constructed, but I've done so I've told people I'm doing crochet kits and stuff. And I've been working really hard today on the penguins. I've got like whole box of stuff here. We package all the little yarn parcels up and all of that. But I'm doing pride flag wall hangings. And they are my cheapest crochet kit because they require acrylic. They are not UKCA tested because they're not designed for kids. Well, they're 14 and above. And they produce they've got like a wooden pole with some macrame thread, and then the flag just hangs, and it's a super super simple pattern, so it's not ideal for people that crochet regularly, and it's just a basic pattern, so that the idea is complete beginners can do it. So if you wanted to create your own pride flag to hang on your wall, that could work. Yeah, kits, I've seen kits around, but the one thing that I haven't ever found, well, I found it now, although it's not chenille yarn, is I want plush yarn kits. And the ones I've found, um, when they say they're plush yarn, they're still not plush yarn. Like there's a velvet one I found, and then there's one that's like it's got a bit of a stretchy cord feel about it, but it's not plush. It's not this. This is like chenille, fluffy stuff. So I thought, well, gap in the market, why don't we make plush yarn kits? And I wanted to do it at an affordable price. So we're doing crochet kits, but we're also doing refill kits. So the kits that you start with have like your crochet hook, your scissors, your needle, all of that kind of stuff. And then the refill kits just have the stuff to make that plushie, and they're cheaper because they come with less stuff. So yeah, we're going to try it out and see what happens. Yeah. But yeah, I've spent the time at home today. I've spent making kits. And there's a whole stack of boxes up there with red penguin stuff in them, basically. I like the refill kits purely because I hate wastage. So I don't like one of my friends. So when I did a bit of market research, one of my friends has done, I know she does loads of kits. She doesn't like buying loads of yarn because it just sits around and she doesn't use it all. And if you want to do, say, this penguin, for example, my one, the kits don't have the safety eyes, they're embroidered eyes. But you'll need at least 4 different colors of yarn. So you'd need to buy 4 balls of yarn to make one plushie, and then you end up with loads of waste. And if you're not making them to give to people as gifts, and you're not doing it on repeat, or you're not selling them, then that really is a waste. Um, unless you get addicted like I did and then end up with this. But I just thought as a nice starter, if you've never worked with chenille yarn or it's something you wanted to try, I want it to be a cheaper option because I know some of the kits are like 30 quid. And no, not doing that. So yeah, 3, 4, 6, 9. Yeah, refill kits. Maybe you could do more blindfold challenge. This is my pattern. This penguin was my pattern. So yeah, the blindfolded challenge. I picked one of my guys mainly because I really like them and have basically memorized the pattern by now. But yeah, it went a little bit wonky, but um, yeah. So hopefully the refill kits will save wastage. And I'm going to do a deal at the events and say, if you buy one kit, then you can get a refill kit for X amount discounted or something. Yeah. Have I ever considered knitting? Oh, I have. I tried it. Um, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So knitting for me, my tension is really, really tight. And that does not work well for knitting. I got to the point where actually I had loops on my needle and I couldn't even get the needle into the hoop because it was so tight, it just didn't go. And it frustrated me. So I gave up and then I tried again. Um, so my nan-in-law, she's like 94. She is tiny. She's a tiny, tiny lady, and she's got a really small head. And she was really struggling to find a hat that fit her head that wasn't an obvious children's hat. So they all come with like bobbles and cartoon characters, and she's like, I just want a plain one. Um, and I started it. It got about that big, and it was so holy. It got parked. So we may do it for this year, but yeah, knitting and me are not friends. It's not for everybody. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. I think for these kind of things, I have to really enjoy it because I have so little free time. And if I'm going to do something for me, I need to really enjoy it. There are times with crochet where it is very much more, oh, come on, very much more business orientated. And that's sad sometimes, but it's what happens when you turn crochet your hobby into a business. And I'm very fortunate because without this business, I wouldn't be able to afford the yarn that's back there. It's basically funded my yarn stash for the last few years. Um, why can't I do that? Let's get a smaller hook. So yeah, I think I'm going through a bit of a rut with crochet at the moment, purely because I am so busy and just can't, when I sit down, I can't figure out what I'm doing, which is why I've introduced this project spinner and I have to do whatever it says. Favorite brand of chenille chunky? This one. This one. Yeah, the camera. So Beyond Smith chenille chunky. The only thing I don't like about it is it really, really sheds. Like really sheds. But it's a really nice thicker yarn. It keeps its structure. It produces a really solid character. And it's really soft. And it comes in like 60 different colors. And I love that. I used to use Himalaya Dolphin Baby. And then when I was about 2 years into using that. And I ordered a batch. And when it came, it was really thready and really poor quality. And like the ball you could see was physically smaller than the balls I was used to. And I was just don't like that very much. So I thought, oh, maybe it's just a bad order. I'll order some more. Maybe it's the color. I don't know. So kept ordering and I kept getting bad balls of yarn. And I was like, I can't do anything with this. They don't produce what I need it to produce. I've got to downsize my hook and I can't do that because of the testing and all the rules. So a lot of yarn I sold on as like, bad batch. It's thinner. It's not the end of the world. It's still fluffy. Um, so yeah, two. So I changed. I started looking for another yarn, probably about a year and a half ago now, and I found this one on sale. And if it's on sale, I will buy it and try it. That's what I do. And I loved it. And then I was really worried they were going to discontinue it because it was in the sale. So I emailed Wool Warehouse and said, "It's in the sale. Are you planning on discontinuing this yarn? Because there's no point in me going through all of the testing again with all of my plushies and only for them to discontinue it." And they were like, "Nope, absolutely no plan to do so." And it's remained in the sale since then. So I just keep buying it. And it's great. I love it. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. I'm just aware you can see just his tail sticking up at me. Where are we? I made about 40 pumpkins and gave them all to friends and clients during a fall season extension. Tax season, easy to make, could make easy crochet kits. Ooh. So in the fall, or autumn, as I call it, we're actually doing a few markets this year. Let's write that down. Pumpkin kits. I've made a fair few pumpkins in my time. I was actually talking to my other half about doing like a Christmas specific crochet kit, but last year we literally did 2 events in the whole of the winter. I think because we like maxed out during the summer. And yeah, but there's no reason if I'm trying to build up my online presence so far. My Etsy shop has that amount of stuff on it. I'm nervous. Nervous about posting things. Yeah, I'll get there. I just got to get over it. But yeah, I like the idea of doing like holiday specific things. I wanted to do something for Easter. I didn't get my act together in time. And then you got like St. Patrick's Day, and then you're gonna have Mother's Day and spring flowers. Like I want to make some flowers. Love to make some flowers, but more for me rather than business. But business comes first. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, business and YouTube in the crochet world for me come first. And that is how it is. Oh, we've rebranded as well. We've got all of our new like Vistaprint items that have come. I've made my other half not open it because I want to do it on camera. She's like, "Will you please get the camera out?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, darling, no rush, no rush." There's now a rush. She really wants to open it up. Hopefully you'll be surprised, Katrina Wade. Hello from Hampshire. Hello from Hampshire. I'm so nervous about posting out. Yeah. So with Vinted, it's actually increased my confidence in posting things because actually the majority of things have gone well. The things that haven't gone well are actually not my fault, which is frustrating because there's nothing I could have done to make it better. At least if it's your fault, you're like, I messed up there. I really need to change it. But no, it was postal mix-ups and things like that. So someone said I didn't receive the item that I wanted. I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," thinking I'd messed up and given each person different parcels. And when they took a picture of what it was, I was like, "That's not even mine. Like, I don't even know how you got that." Um, it's worth a heck of a lot more than what I was posting. I would take it, sell it, do something with it. I'm really sorry. And all I can do is just raise an issue with Vinted, and then they take it up with the postal carrier. There's really not much else I'm allowed to do or can do. So when the poor client is like, "Please, where's my order?" I'm like, "I don't know. I don't have it because I posted it to you, and next thing I know, it's lost." Whereas at least with crochet kits, if someone has a problem, even if it's not my fault, I still have access to make another one. So I'm like, crying. But yeah, so I will get there. I will get there. There's also the fear of putting something on there and going to all that effort and then getting like 0 orders, which happens a lot. But you've got to put yourself out there a bit. I mean, YouTube was me putting myself out there, thinking absolutely no one would watch any videos. And now look, I'm like really happy with where I'm at and striving to move forward, which is great. Trying desperately not to tell anyone I work with or live near or any of my family that won't take the mick out of me, um, that I do this. I think I've told a few people. Let's see, what's the difference between a YouTube video and an Etsy post? Thank you, Millie. I know, I know. I just need to do it. Oh, buddy. I can hear my son in the background. He is so tired. Um, yeah, my goal was to get the YouTube tutorial out for the penguin this week. Just checking someone's out there. Yeah, my goal was to get the YouTube tutorial out this week, and alongside it, I want to put a PDF copy of the pattern, but with like photographs on Etsy as well. Just cheap to post because if they're anything like me, I'm not very good at watching tutorials. I'm just going to text the other half and say screaming, screaming. She's probably already in there and they're still screaming, but just to be on the safe side. Where was I? Yeah, Crochet Kits PDF pattern, video tutorial, and I'm hoping to put the kits on Etsy as well. So if you fancy one, they will be happening soon. But most of my viewers, I think, are crafters and crocheters and probably have their own yarn. So not an issue. The guy. It could be this week's video. It could be. I've got a crochet kit video for the penguin that I need to sort out, but it's in so many pieces. Right, we've got one more line. What do you think? Does it look all right? I've never done hair. I'm not even sure how this is going to work when it tests. It may fail. So this may be the only one of these guys I've been making because I'm not changing the way I'm doing it. Because right, last section. Oh, hello. Happy to watch you today. Nice to see you. Is it Laurie Lynn? You would definitely get one. What, a crochet kit? All right then. What color would you go for? That's the question because there's 8 different colors coming, and I have no idea if it's going to completely like, particularly at events. I really want to take enough, but not like make too many so that we've got so many excess to store. And it's that really tight boundary of I don't know if it's going to flop or if it's going to be a success or if it's going to be what I hope it is and just like middling and be like an additional thing that we sell. I've got to create the stand that we're going to use to do it. And I'm going to have the YouTube videos for the tutorials playing at the top so they can see like what you get with it is the idea. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right. Oh wow, where are we at? All right. Vistaprint unboxing video. It's the new business cards for Brick and Stitch. She's Brick, I'm Stitch. It's the new UKCA labels for the plushies and a new like sign to go over the table because we bought a sign to go up on the gazebo last time and we never put it up because it was an absolute nightmare to put up. So we've learned our lesson on that one. We are going to get another sign to go up, just probably smaller. We need new gazebo sides, that as well. But yeah, that's the Vistaprint order this time. If the kits go well, at the moment, I'm printing like the labels myself. But if the kits go well, we will eventually upgrade to have them printed like professionally. I just think it looks better, but I couldn't justify it when I don't know what it's going to be like because you have to buy it in bulk. That's the key. And we have so many different styles that not sure which one's going to do well and which one's not. So January just heard hoping to put the kids on Etsy. I wonder. They would be rather expensive, I have to say. They weren't cheap to get, and they're not cheap to maintain either. Yeah. Is there a pink or lilac? Yes, there is. Hang on. I've actually. Oh, there you go. What do you think? These are the. Let's go. Actually, tell you what. Let's deviate from crochet for a second. All right. I don't know how many I've got here. I'm missing my blue guy. Where's my blue guy? I had him earlier, so I don't know where the blue guy's gone. He's right in front of me. Okay, so you have classic penguin, classic guy, and then we have red. Where's red? It's the red one that I'm missing. Okay, there's red, and then orange, and yellow. I love the yellow one. I think it's just Larry. Green and blue. Turn the other way. Green and blue. And I went for a minty green rather than like a bright green. Uh, Purple and pink. So yeah, all of the rainbow plus the classic plus the pink because people love pink. I'm not a pink person, she says, wearing a pink shirt, holding a pink penguin. These are more my colours. Hang on, backwards. I'm a green and blue kind of person, but I do love the classic guy. I think he's really cute. And the other thing I did was I edited this pattern slightly, and I had him a second ago. What do you think of Mr. Pigeon? How's the pigeon? So I personally hate pigeons. Really, really hate them, but I can't deny that I think this is cute. Yeah. Where do we go to? I'm the opposite to you. I've set up an Etsy, but I haven't had the courage to do YouTube or stores anywhere. Or maybe we could both like egg each other on to do the other one, you know? Stores was the first thing we did, and we literally started with the 40 quid tables. And I remember our first ever market, the gazebo literally took off the ground. I was literally holding it down in the middle for about several hours. My arms, oh my God, I can't even tell you the pain I was in that day. And I think we made 120 odd quid, not taking out any expenses at all. That was our gross profit for the day, 120 quid. And we were so happy with that. That was when we were just selling jewelry. There was no crochet. And our items were like £1. And I think our most expensive item was £12. Um, and we still keep our jewelry prices at that level. We haven't increased them because we don't need to. I like what we sell. I like the price point it's at. I like to be affordable, and we're making enough of a profit for me to be happy with that. Um, yeah, it was only when the crochet kind of came in that we did the bigger events, and then it gradually built up. So yeah, it takes time. Where did we get to? God, things are moving. Love them. Love the colors. Love it. How much will the kits be? So I need to finalize this because I still have to do all of the maths and I don't know about Etsy. That's the problem. So we're going to do a price for in person and a price for Etsy. They're going to be very, very similar. They might be £1 either way, depending upon how much it costs. Because I take into account the booth fees and things we pay, but I also take into account Etsy margins and postal stuff as well. And I haven't decided if I'm going to do free postage or not. And I don't think I am because postage builds up quite a lot actually, and it really eats into profit margins. It takes me ages to do the kits. I didn't realize quite how time consuming it would be to roll yarn. And that's what I've been doing today. But yeah, they will be like definitely under 20, probably 15 and under. But don't quote me on that. I think the cheapest one we're going to have is probably about £10. So that's kind of the margin I'd like it to be, 10 to 20, but preferably 15 and under. We'll see. We'll see. I haven't 100% decided yet. How much would kids do? I love him funny. How about an out? Excellent. Let's put him on the wheel. So for those of you that have turned up when we started, I introduced this. This is our wheel of projects. It can be plushies, it can be wearables, but I've been in a rut recently, and when I want to crochet, I can't ever decide on what to do. So I'm going to hit the button, and whatever the wheel says, that is what I'm going to make. And you know what? I'll video it to be accountable as well. So yeah, there's mini projects, it can be big projects, can be plushies, non-plushies. So if you have any ideas, just hit me in the comments, and I don't know if I'd say no to anything because I'm always willing to try new things. I love being pushed out of my comfort zone. So we'll see. Okay. Oh wow, there's several coming up near me. You're in a seaside town. Take the leap. Take the leap. Yes, it's the best thing we did. And we only set up the business in the first place because my other half was a stay-at-home parent. Um, and in the UK, it came out that you could get free childcare, well, certain amount of hours free, if you earned a certain amount. So we got to that point so we could get some extra hours of childcare so she could go to preschool. That's the only reason we started. And it worked. We were determined. We're like, my kid will have childcare so I can have a break. Because we don't have much help where we are. Family are very helpful when they can be, but other people have lives, like they have their own lives. So we have to figure it out ourselves. Because my yeah, she makes the jewelry apart from the dice. So she's got an autoimmune condition. So when she has a flare, her hands don't work properly, and I have to take over some of the harder things to drill. But other than that, she does all of the like admin design stuff. So all of the crochet kit design, she's done all of that. I've done the pattern, but she's done like the actual labels, stickers. She does a lot of the editing. I hate editing, and I only do it when I have to. And a lot of the ideas and stuff are hers, and it's her business. Just adding that. Yes, all right. YouTube is me on camera and her behind the scenes. She's okay to appear on camera a couple of times, is what she said. And I always ask her permission before she ends up being in a video. And I'm like, but I like that bit. Can we include that, please? So yeah, she's the woman behind the business. I'm the woman in front of it. And when it comes to events, I'm the muscle. So she struggles with all the carrying and the lifting because of her condition. So I do a lot of the carrying, the lifting, the driving. And then when we get there, she's set up. I find the good food stands and I get all the street food. I find the good events and spend some money and enjoy myself for the day. And then occasionally I will do some selling. And this year I'm definitely going to do some selling because I need to film it. And yeah, but I mainly, chill out for the day if I don't have the kids. But this year, for most of the events, I will be taking the kids. So I will be parenting. But not for London Pride. Nope, nope. I do not have the children for London Pride. Very excited. So yeah, I'll set her up and then it's I'm free to roam. But yeah. Really good value considering how much those kits cost. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. The thing we want is for them to be affordable. But at the same time, obviously we have to cover our costs, which is not ideal, but we know a lot of people struggle, and I hate it when someone says I can't afford it. And crochet is expensive. It is. They're not cheap. And we often get the comments of, oh, that's expensive. I can get something cheaper in the store. And yeah, you absolutely can. That's not a problem. You can go buy something in the store. You don't have to purchase from me. That's not an issue. But I heard this father once, and I prejudged him, and I feel a bit bad for that. But his daughter, can't remember exactly what they said, but she was just like, why can't I afford this? Why does it cost so much? Because he just clearly bought something from a stall next door, which was a drop ship one where they're buying loads of things or overseas and just selling it cheap, and which they're entirely within their rights to do. I'm just putting that out there. And she's like, why is this so expensive? And I fully expected this really tall, really muscular, like just regular guy. He looked a bit like a mechanic and a bodybuilder. To say something, I don't know, just a bit offhanded. And he knelt down next to his daughter and he said, because if you look at that, every stitch there, someone has put hard work into. They have spent time and effort to make that, and that's why it's more expensive than machine made things. And I was just like, oh, I teared up a little bit. It's not what I expected him to say. It's not who I expected it to come out of either. But I was just like, yeah. And she did buy the little octopus. So So yeah, we have a lot of like £5 items and things like that, which work really well. So parents have the option of saying, look, can't afford that. But if you want something, spend some of your money and buy something little. And that's the whole point of the price range that we've got. So yeah, that's why I want the kits to be affordable. You've got a question for me. What's the question, Tiana? Sorry, I'm late to the party. Ah, meds for the kiddos. We have so many meds for the kiddos. There's 31st market of the year. There's a Pride market. You're doing Pride. You have to do Pride. Pride, like, even if you don't sell at Pride, you just go. The atmosphere is amazing. People are happy and genuine and lovely. And I've only had a couple of Pride, I'm not going to say bust ups, but like there's been a few bits and pieces that have gone wrong. But there is at every market. Um, and yeah, I just love them. I really love them. And I think being part of the community as well does help because a lot of sellers at Pride are part of the community. Not all of us, but it just I like it for my kids because having two mums is different. You're different to other people, and it's becoming more common, which is great. But it's nice for them to see other kids in a similar position, essentially. When I started my YouTube channel, how nervous, bricking it, sweaty, um, feeling like put myself out there. Someone from work is definitely going to see me and definitely comment. And yeah, turns out no one cares. No one watches that I know. No one cares. That's great. I love that. It means that the people watching are actually watching because they enjoy the content I'm doing and they probably have a similar interest, which is amazing. That's the whole point in doing it in the first place. And yeah, I think I watched quite a lot of YouTube videos on how to make YouTube videos. And one key thing they kept saying that I never understood was no one cares. No one gives a toss that you're doing this. And I'm like, well, that's a bit mean, bit rude. I'm like, oh, I'm putting all this effort in and no one cares. What they meant was no one in your circle, in your work life, in your home life really cares that you're doing this. Most of them won't even understand it. And I'm a type of person that the majority of my streaming service comes from YouTube. Um, I do watch some Netflix and some Amazon and other things, but most of what I watch is YouTube. Whereas if you take my mom, she knows what YouTube is. She still hasn't found my videos, even though she's really tried. I'm just like, yeah, sorry, mom. Dear. No, I am going to show her. My aunt has found it, but I think that's because my cousin found it. But they don't criticize or make fun like I thought they would. I thought I would get teased. Um, and that was probably my biggest worry is I thought I'd get teased at home and at work. Um, no, no one knows. Love. No one cares. And I love that. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Let's see. Love the hour. Made them for market proceeds going to an organisation supporting queer teens. Made them in pride flag colours. All you need is love. Oh, cute. Love doing markets. Good sellers for me are your crochet tie hairbands. Can you send me the pattern? The tie hairbands. Are they like the ones where you have just a strip and you like twist it at the back? Is that right? Is that what I'm thinking of? Um, you don't do plushies. Too lazy to test. I like that. I tried not doing plushies, but I think you gravitate towards what you enjoy. And I find that the plushies just sell really well as well. So I'm a bit money driven, money motivated. And I learnt, I did the testing and it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And yeah, it's heartbreaking when you burn your plushies. I'm not going to lie. The worst thing I've ever burnt was my anchor octopus. It took me 3 days to make one, and you have to burn two of them. So yeah, it just gives you an idea of where my heart was that day. But Yeah. Right now, this is going to be it. I should have finished this now. Yeah, plus the large anchor octopus is at least like 25 to 30 pounds worth of yarn that goes into them. They're expensive to make. And I need to remake my rainbow one because the rainbow one sold. So that's on my to-do list. He literally went within the first half an hour of our last event. All right. A huge supporter. Because I do want to start your own YouTube channel. Seriously, I get where you're coming from. It took me probably a year to buck up the courage to actually start filming. And then even once I'd started filming, I started filming like middle of last year. No, almost a year ago. And I didn't post my first video until it was like November time. And that got 20 views, I think, and two of them were me and my other half. So yeah, and then it wasn't until the scrunchy video this year that it started taking off, and it's great. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, guys. Almost. I think it was like 900 and something the last time I looked. 990 something. Um, so yeah, there we go. What do you think? He's all finished. He's ready to test. What's that on his nose? Oh, bit of fluff. Extra fluff. You don't need that, do you? Right. What do you think of my zebra? Did you know it was a zebra? Where are we? Oh, yes, please. I'd love to see your design. Do you have a pattern? I'll happily purchase a pattern. I'm a big supporter of purchasing crochet patterns. I have hundreds. I think it's a hobby in its own. You'd cry if you had to burn your work. I have shed a tear for a few things, and yeah, I think it's interesting though because in testing it, you know what works and what doesn't, so you can already predict that something is going to pass before you do anything. And yeah, it's annoying because I know it so well that I know it's going to pass, but this one I don't know. But I think that the hair is probably going to come out. The question is, if the hair comes out, does it leave a hole in the plushie? And I think I've done it in a way that it won't, is the idea. Because yarn doesn't count if it comes off in the small, like in small parts testing. I don't know why, it just doesn't. But the other thing that's suggested to me today is being careful of kids with their fingers. And actually, I think I've made the loops big enough that it's not going to be a finger hazard. Like you can get your finger in there, but I can get my like 2 fingers in there, so kiddies should be okay. So I've thought about it and I've adjusted it a little bit so that it will hopefully pass. So that's him. Right, what should we do next? And sorry if your writing's a bit of strong painkillers after gallbladder eviction. Well, at least it's out. At least it's out. It's better from here on out. 993, you had a look. Okay, so 7 more subscribers, guys. That's all we need. 7 more, and we've hit 1,000. How crazy is that? Like watching me, just me. It's baffling. Love him. He's awesome. So cute. I love it. You got some hearts. Look, mate, you got hearts. Well, here we go. What's the name? I like alliteration. Do we have any Z names for the zebra? He's waiting. Make the only sheep dances are 9, but my mum count the no ages in the chat, guys. It can be dangerous. You're dangerous in the chat. All right. I have you on TV, and my 8-year-old wanted me to tell you, hi, I'm Lily. I'm 8, and I learned how to crochet today. I made a heart. Oh, I'll go back to the treetops. Oh, congratulations on your heart, Lily. I'm really pleased for you. Learning to crochet is fantastic. Your mum and I will tell you that. Zeke, Zara, Zebra. Zebra. Zebra, zebra. Zara, zebra. Are you a boy or a girl? Does it matter? Oh. Do a giveaway when I have 1,000 subscribers. What would I give away? Zachary? Does he look like a Zachary? My other half wanted to call our son Zachary. It's because I don't like Zach very much. Zachary Zebra. Zachary Zebra. Zara. I think Zara. 2 syllables. Zara Zebra. Zara the Zebra. Right. What am I doing next? Take a vote. Hang on. What was I here? I made a whole bunch of these the other day. Tentacles. Should we make some jellyfish? What colour? What colour jellyfish? First one to put a colour in is the one that wins. Oh, is no one gonna have a vote? You've got a whole array of colours behind me. Purple, purple it is. Right, so what? So a light purple or a darker purple? Light purple. Right, so there you go. So the way I do my two-tone light jellyfish is I'll do 4 tentacles in the cream, 3 in the light, and the body will be light. There we go. Right. I need 4 of these guys. 2, 3, 4. God, I need you around like all the time. You could just decide what I make. That'd be great. No decisions, no thinking, a lot less brain. Right. There we go. So this jellyfish pattern, I've had for years. It's on YouTube, no, Instagram. It's a free pattern. I can't remember what the pattern is called. I just memorized it ages ago. Penguin pattern. I will make this my pride market. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Counting is one thing I can't do. 11, 13, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Fab. And I know in the last live, I've now got 2 people challenging me to a how much yarn can we use in May. Zombie Crafts being one of them, and someone else posted on my video or on the live afterwards. I can't remember her name, but I know there's at least 2. Anyone else going to join the challenge of how much yarn can I use in May? Even if you only use 1 ball of yarn and the challenge pushed you to get through some of your stash, I love it. You should turn our zebra friend around so we can see the cute face. Oh. Okay. Sorry about the mess. And this is only a small portion of the mess. You should see what's on my floor. And actually, I tidied it up as well, so it's even tidier than it was. Yeah, I had a load of stuff arrive for the kits, and it's been chaos recently. Oh, excellent. Challenges. I love it. Oh, Zelda. Oh, I like Zelda. Zelda reminds me of Sabrina the Teenage Witch, which is definitely my generation. Loved Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Sounds fun. I'm up for that. Excellent. 20,000 balls of yarn. I'm not that many. I wouldn't have the money or the space for 20,000 unless they were like super, super tiny. But yeah, I really wanted to go to a yarn store when we were in Brighton yesterday, but unfortunately I didn't even get a chance to suggest it. But I'd like to go back to Brighton. There's quite a few things I still want to do, but obviously you just can't do it all in one day. You're making a list of items to make with the yarn to bust it. Personal goal. So what do you have? Will you share your personal goals on Big Crafts? Will you let us know what your aim is for May so that I can, have a hint of what I've got to be? I have no idea how much I'm going to get done. I think I'm just going to keep using yarn the same way I always use and just keep track. Because what I've done this month, and I'm warning you, this month is disappointing. I can tell it's disappointing because I know I haven't crocheted as much. Just purely because work has been really, really busy. And I've got so much paperwork to do before June, because June is my final sign-off, and I finish my training program, hopefully. But there's so many boxes to tick, and I just want to make sure I do well. And then I start my new job, hopefully, in August. So it's a lot on the line. Making a list of, like, oh, I read that one. Mostly it's not even proper balls of yarn. Is it just like the scraps? So I've got so many scraps. I'm behind. So my Zelda is from the zebra name. I know, I like Zelda. Oh, is there a zebra called Zelda? I may be out on that one. I don't know a zebra called Zelda, but then I don't know many zebras, honestly. This is not something I know. I think I currently have about 600 in your stash. A good 20 something. Okay. Oh yeah. No, it's fine. Time is on our side. There is no time limit for anything, except for everything. Anything crochet, there's no time limit. So I've accepted the fact that whatever I've got finished for the first market of the season, that's what we take with us. That's it. I can't do any more than that. Right, counting again. 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. My current aqua speckle blanket, 4.5 balls of yarn. Okay, I need to see a picture of that, Marie. That sounds like it'll be amazing. Can I see? Can you send us a picture? My Instagram is the.crochet.doctor. So yeah, I'll put it in the chat now. You message me on Instagram. I would love to see that. I love seeing people's projects. I'm a complete, so I don't tend to scroll much on the internet except for crochet. That's it. That's my thing. And people sent me pictures last time of their yarn stashes, and I love it. Love seeing other people's stashes. Um, yeah, I think it's great fun. Nope, but honestly, you do more than I ever have in monthly stash videos. Okay, let's not think of it as like winning versus losing. We could think of it as egging each other on to reach our goals. How's that? I don't like the idea that people lose. I'm not cool with that. Also, I am a terrible winner. I'm a really good loser, terrible winner. It's not good to let me win. First time in your live streams. Can I say how productive you are? Full-time job and side hustle. Yeah, I'm exhausted about 1,000,000% of the time. But if I stop, I don't know. I don't remember the last time I stopped. So after this live stream, I am treating myself. We went out to sort of a early dinner, late lunch kind of thing today. And I brought home a massive slice of lemon cheesecake. And that is my reward after the live. And I am don't know what else I'm going to do. I think we're probably going to film opening the Vista print stuff, because we need to start labeling these plushies, because a lot of the stuff we had from our previous market has got labels, but they're the wrong ones. So yeah, we've got to redo all of that. Made 5 blankets and a hexagon cardi for Christmas presents last year. See, I would love to be able to do that. I do not have the attention span. I'm in the middle of about 6 or 7 hexagon cardigans at the moment. Just got a message from Instagram. Oh no, it's someone on one of my posts. I thought it was going to be your picture of your blanket. I got excited. Yeah, that's extremely productive. Also, blankets and cardigans are great yarn eaters. So good tips for next month. I find plushies are not as easy to eat through yarn because you use like different bits of each color. So yeah. We are all winning at busting our stash. I love it. Enjoy yummy cheesecake. Yeah. I just really fancied lemons for some reason. Um, do I have any of my patterns available to purchase? No, but I will. That is the goal. So this week, my aim is to get my penguin pattern. Well, it's already written, but it's written for the kits. And for the kits, it's just basically the standard stitches. And I was hoping to put some pictures in for the purchasable written pattern. So, like what it should look like as you go through after each row and whatnot. Um, but yeah, they'll be cheap. They won't be expensive. And it's mainly because I want to share. Um, but yeah. So yeah, the YouTube tutorials are always going to be free. The written patterns, just purely because of the effort that goes in, will be purchasable on Etsy, 3, 4, 5, and then obviously the kits as well. And some of my finished products are going to go on there. 2, 3, 4, 9, 20, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I'm going to put finished products on there, but mostly wearables. Mostly. Not being easy being a lefty. No. So a video idea I did have was to crochet a granny square left-handed. I haven't done it yet because I'm bottling it, because I actually think that will be harder than being blindfolded. But I got quite far. I even got as far as like doing the right-handed one. So, started. But yeah, my left hand is basically for show. Yeah. I started a hexagon carding, but still haven't finished it. Yeah, I think I've got about 6 hexagon cardigans. Like, I love doing it, and then I hate the cuffs. I hate making the cuffs. But I saw a hooded like crop hoodie thing. It's not cardigan. It's like a sweater or jumper, or I don't even know what it is. But it was really cool, and I'm thinking of purchasing that pattern and making it, because one of the things about it is there are no cuffs. It's just an open sleeve, which really appeals to me. And the color combo she's used is amazing. You make blankets with plush yarns. I've never done that. I'd be terrified of making a blanket with this. It's just so fluffy, and it would shed like crazy. Finishing off a blanket. Then need to work on a basket for my sister-in-law. Baskets need a lot of tension, in my experience. I've made a few. I wanted to make that scrap basket pattern, but I tried and I didn't like how it felt on my hands, so I stopped. But I've got a lot of plush yarn scraps. Maybe I'll make a scrappy blanket or something. I was thinking of making like a scrappy character. Also, just looking at the screen, I'm liking how this looks. We need more plushies here, don't we? And like in the background and more stuff. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Pattern tends to be written right-handed, so I had to really concentrate. So how do you write a pattern left-handed? Do you go backwards? Interesting. All right. That's an interesting challenge. Can I turn my pattern left-handed? Okay. So you go anti-clockwise. So you basically just have to reverse what's on the line. Is that right? But then bubble stitches, I find, can end up a bit funny that way. You have to really place them properly because they end up being a bit further over than you intend them to be. So then you have to write that into the pattern. So sometimes it looks a bit weird. Interesting. Honestly, I'd never really thought about it. Sounds horrible, but I hadn't. And I might try that. Crocheting left-handed and turning my plushie pattern left-handed. I've done it in both UK. You get it in both UK and US terms. Because I am from the UK, so I feel I have to do UK terms, but I read crochet patterns in US terms. Always have. That's how I learned, and I didn't even realize it was US terms until a good 6 months to a year in. is honest answer. When I started seeing double crochets as single crochets, and I was like, what? That doesn't make sense. Make them as pattern is written, but you work sometimes it works out a bit wonky. The thing is, the bubble stitches on patterns can work out a bit wonky depending upon your tension anyway. It's part of the issue I found. So sometimes I have to move bubble stitches over, especially for people that write them like really meticulously. Mine, I just write that I've moved it over. Um, yeah, and the pattern just doesn't always look as even on paper as it does in real life. And so a lot of pattern designers do that. The person that did this pattern did that, and it worked out. I didn't edit anything for this guy, and he's turned out really well, I think, anyway. Yeah, I think I purchased something else from them as well. I don't know if they were the same person that did the mammoth. There's a woolly mammoth pattern that looks incredibly cute. Um, I think I want to make him for me more than I want to make him to sell. But those kind of larger toys that recruit like use a lot of work and a lot of detail, they're more expensive, and I make them deliberately more expensive so they're less likely to be purchased, so I can use them as like a showstopper on the store. The annoying thing is when people actually purchase them early, and then you have no showstoppers. My showstopper's gone. That was what was my anchor octopus with rainbow tentacles was supposed to be, and he just disappeared in the first half hour, which is great. It's great. I am complaining, but I'm not complaining. Um, has everybody got a busy crochet week planned, or just a generally busy week? Because my plans have changed completely. Not for good reasons, but I was supposed to be going to a conference this week, and I am now not. But the upside is I get extra time to spend with the kids, extra time to crochet, and extra time to get some work done, basically. But yeah, plans change. Hey, oh, welcome to the party. We're having a nice time here, I think. Well, I'm having a nice time. The other half was like, "How long are you going to be live for? Like, what do I need to plan for?" I'm like, see if anyone actually turns up. And yeah, and we're currently making a jellyfish. And the chat picked the colours, which is great. Does the good doctor do yarn or hook reviews? um, Not really, because once I find something I like, I tend not to deviate. um, also think everyone likes different things differently. Does that make sense? So what works for me might not work for other people. But I am using what I will never deviate from ever again is the Clover Amore hooks. Will never change. They're expensive. They are for a hook, and I was a bit dubious when I first purchased one. I thought I'll purchase one in my most commonly used hook size and see what it's like. And I used it, and I thought, oh, it's nice, but I don't see why people pay like the excess because it was over double the price of what I would usually pay for a hook. And then used it for a bit, and I went back to my old hook in a different size to do something else, and was like, I am not using this. This is weird, and I've never been able to go back. So I basically purchased Clover in every hook size from a 4 upwards because working with smaller than a 4, yeah, and I love the Clover hooks. There's nothing wrong with any of the other hooks I've tried. It's just I prefer the way these work. They slide better. They don't break as I've only ever managed to break one Clover hook. And that was just because my tension was really, really tight. There is a short on my channel about that, and I thought it was hilarious. But I broke my 6.5 mil hook. It just snapped. It didn't even get like wiggly. It just snapped. So when that happened, I had to wait another 5 days for another 6.5 hooks to finish my project. So I was like, I'm not doing that again. Right, let's buy 3 of those and 3 of those and 3 of those. I need all of the spares. So only in my like common hooks. The rest of them I've only got one of each, but in my commonly used, I think I've got about 4 5 mil hooks. in the clover and 3 in the 6.5 because that's what I use mostly. But yeah, where did we get to? Ellery family, good evening. Always busy. May is busier as 2 hospital appointments for your youngest and a vet. Oh no. Ah, vet appointments are expensive. My dog cost me more than my kids. You love your clover hook too? Yeah, definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. Let's take the youngest to hospital. Oh, I'm sorry. Hope they're okay. Have a good day. I hope it's all right. We're traveling to Chicago for the week this week. Yarn store next to the hotel. Love it. Oh, I need to know what the travel project is. I have learned to crochet in the car. I get extremely travel sick. And I've been practicing trying in the car without looking. And I think that's why the blindfolded challenge went well, because I've been practicing in the car. Like Clover Soft Touch, that's what these are. Hi, Rebecca. Yeah, these are good hooks. But I don't tend to do reviews. It's not I don't think I'm the right person, if that makes sense. If I feel passionately about something, then I will say it. But I don't like being negative about other things because it might be things that other people actually really got on well with, and I just haven't sat well with it. So like the Himalaya yarn I used to use, it just started turning up a bit scraggly and not quite the quality I was used to. So I changed, but I know that a lot of people love that yarn. It was also getting harder to get hold of as well, and the shipping costs were getting more and more. And then this turned up, and I get free shipping because I spend a lot of money. Yeah, it's the only reason. The only reason. But yeah, busy weeks. Busy weeks. We have decided to forfeit our lovely family holiday this year in exchange for doing up some of the garden. And I'm sad because I was going to make a video of how much I could crochet on holiday. So, yeah. Also sad because, sun, sea, sand, pool, food, fun. Where is everybody else going on holiday this year? Come on, make me jealous. Make me jealous. Right. I want to take the wife away for one night, but we're trying to find a babysitter. We'll see. Okay. Right. We're just doing the top to this jellyfish. St. Ives, no holiday either. Saving for a larger trip next year. Wise decision. Wise decision. Evening from the UK. If I could only use one brand of yarn for the rest of my life. Oh. Pence. Oh, commitment, huh? Purely because it sells the best. I'm going to go with the chenille yarn. But I don't make anything for myself in the chenille yarn. So if we're talking about just crocheting for me, probably a cotton yarn because I would make clothes for me and I really like cotton over acrylic. So yeah. I've been designing. I actually, when I was rummaging for the penguins, I found that mesh rainbow top that we were talking about. I said I didn't have up here. It's deep in this bag, but this is the yarn that I would pick for the rest of my life. What do you think? I'm thinking of doing this pattern. This is my mesh sleeve pattern that I've kind of made up myself. But I'm thinking of doing this pattern. This is an extra small. This pattern, but with cropped sleeves, but as a top. What do you reckon? And yeah, this mesh pattern is in the works. I've only done, well, I haven't even finished the extra small yet. Need to finish the sleeve. That's the idea. But that's the yarn I would probably use. In the US, your holidays take me to New York to visit your son. New York. Oh my God, I'd love to visit New York. Yeah. But the thing is, I don't think it's a holiday my kids would enjoy, so it'd have to be either without them or I have to wait. And I'm probably going to end up waiting because I'd love to take them and do lots of different touristy stuff. Going down to your dad's for 2 weeks to St. Ives. Wool warehouse yarn, excellent. What yarn did you order? Very important decision there. I really like their sale pages because I buy things there to introduce myself to new yarns I would not necessarily have purchased otherwise. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, it's gorgeous. Rainbow. Love rainbow. Love rainbow. The problem I have is my flag I don't like very much. It's all oranges and pinks, the lesbian flag. I get it, you know, orange, pink, girly. I really like the gay marriage flag. That's my colours. But it's not true to self. So I tend to pick the rainbow flag over the lesbian flag personally. I just think it's brighter. Yeah. Okay. Do. Also, drink break. Anyone else a fan of Pepsi Max? Mm-hmm. If you ask me about reviews on Pepsi versus Coke, I have many opinions. Yarn, less so. Yeah. You made the rose bouquet blanket this year. Oh, is that the one that's round and you have the roses on the edge, and when you wrap it up, it has like a massive bouquet? Is that the one? Am I thinking of the right one? Yeah, I thought so. I've seen that. Love it. I also like the little coasters that you can make. Um, I've wanted to make some yellow roses for my mom. They're like her favorite flower. I just never get round to it because I'm so busy doing other things. For a scarf for Christmas. Mm. You love the lesbian flag colours, but you're bi. See, I would take bi over lesbian flag because it's got a bit of blue in it. Um, there is a certain there's like I think there's a masculine lesbian flag I saw on a coaster once. It gets far too niche for my liking. I can't keep up with the amount of flags that we've got. We do 10 different flags, and that is plenty. So I do it in snakes, octos, and now my new design, and potentially some clothing and ear warmers. Any more than 10, and I just would not keep up. I struggle to keep up as it is. So, oh, what's that? Oh, sending me a message. Trying to send a picture of the speckled blanket. Yes, please. I'd love to see that. I'll tell you what, you have my flag and I'll do your flag. Like, doesn't bother me. Um, yeah, I just don't like the lesbian flag. So not for me. You live too close to Wool Warehouse. You live near Wool Warehouse? Where is it? Where is Wool? I thought it was just like a warehouse that sends wool. Forgive my ignorance, but oh my God, it would be deadly if I lived there. Absolutely deadly. I would be there all the time. They ship to the US. Excellent. You know what? If I ever get like super successful on YouTube and I ever wanted to do like advertising or anything, Wool Warehouse would be the one. I completely love them. I will happily promote them without being paid. Don't tell them that. They're fantastic. Their shipping is great. Their yarn is great. They have so many choices. And if there is somewhere to go, I want to go on a road trip. Ooh, could do a road trip to my favorite yarn store. You did try order, yeah. I didn't know they shipped to the US. Like, that's great. But yeah, their yarn I think is really reasonably priced as well. I buy pretty much all of my yarn from there now, except for a little bit from, is it Hobie or Hobby? I can never tell. I call it Hobie because that's what the Americans tend to say. And yeah, sometimes in like private, or not private, like little independent yarn stores, I buy quite a bit in there. Skegness. Where is Skegness? I do know this. You just had pictures sent through from the blanket. Let's find out Skegness. Hang on. Oh my God, that's completely doable. It's in Lincolnshire. Oh, it's quite high up. It's just over England's butt, as I like to call it. It will take me 3 hours and 58 minutes to get there. I can totally do that in a day. Ooh, blanket. Oh, the speckles are cute. Oh, wow. There's like she's showing me like a flower mosaic and there's some granny squares in. It's like oh, are they octagons? Yeah, octagons with squares in it, blanket. Did you crochet them together or did you sew them together? That's the question. Because that looks like it took some time and labor. Uh, you can go, yeah, I didn't know you could go there either. I would work there if I could. They also attend a local market even closer to where you live. They attend markets. Is this the wool factory? Hang on a minute, hang on a minute. Is this the wool factory or the wool warehouse, or are they the same thing? Because as far as I'm aware, I order from Wool Warehouse. Been there and they have amazing choices. Dream Sketch from the Wool Factory. I need to visit these places. I watch oh, I always forget her name. She's a northern lady who does like reviews on events or takes and films on YouTube. Begins with an A. Someone told me this last time as well, prompted me. Yes, Amora. She does all sorts of like reviews and things, and takes you to different events and whatnot. Like, I would love to do that, specifically for the channel, just to go to the events. I almost went to a yarn show once, but the person I wanted to go with ended up being deployed, so we never went. Um, oh, Wool Factory, not Wool Warehouse. Okay, so Wool Warehouse doesn't have an actual shop, but Wool Factory does. So maybe we should go there. You know, people say with YouTube, do you organize like a meet and greet and say to your fans, oh, let's go to this wool shop and meet there for a bit and then have food? But I don't know. I don't know what people do. I just want to go to the wool yard, the wool, the wool factory. Sorry, get my shops right. Um, yeah, the Oxford blanket with individual shapes and hand sewn stitch by stitch. Only a couple of days. Oh God, that would have taken me weeks, mainly because if I ever hit a knot or I like there's a stitcher I don't want to work with, I'll put it down for 3 weeks and then maybe pick it up a bit later. I don't have the staying power that you need to do that kind of thing. It's beautiful though. I do have the yarn behind me for a project I want to work on, but I need some time to do it. And it's definitely going to be a video. It's a challenge video. I'm just trying to decide on the time limit. So here's a question, right? I've watched a couple of like how much can I crochet in 24 hours videos. Do I want to do that? No, not really. But yes, does that make sense? I'd like to do it within the time limit of 24 hours because there's something about 24 hours that just seems like really pressing and you associate it with one day. And so I want to see if I can crochet this in 24 hours. But would it be even half as interesting if it was a 24-hour period spread over a period of time? I don't know. What do you think? So if I did like a couple of hours here, a couple of hours there, but total was 24, and maybe did like a minute per hour or something. I don't know. What do you think? Hello from Shurston in the UK. Oh, hang on, I've missed a few. Your hands hurt for a few. I'm not surprised. Lip balm covers for wheel idea, right? Yep, good idea. For those of you that don't know, we are creating a wheel of projects for me when I am at a loss. Lip balm covers. I think they could be cute, like little key rings. What do you reckon? Hello from Sherston in the UK. We'd love to visit a wool warehouse. We need to go. We need to like persist and say we'd love to see your yarn. I just want to squish it and just like look at the walls and walls of yarn. I started watching Loose Ends Yarn a while ago, back when he first set up his yarn business, and he's come a long way. And he just gets these massive deliveries of yarn, and it's t-shirt yarn, like recycled t-shirt yarn. It's quite an interesting watch. You should have a look. He's good to watch. He's very business savvy. I like it. Currently making this Persian tiles blanket by Janie Crow. Persian tiles. I love it. You're slowing down because you get into the part you don't like. And the sooner you get there, the sooner you have to deal with it. It's one of the reasons I avoid blankets like the plague. Yeah. They do have a shop. It's small and the warehouse is behind, but you can't go around it. Leamington Spa. I have to look at how far away that is. As long as the total time adds up to 24 hours, does not matter if it's broken up. Interesting. It's more doable. Okay. Challenges that do 24-hour challenges, and I enjoy them. Guessing how many they get at the end. So I could do that one, but the first one I had an idea about is doing this one particular project and finishing it in 24 hours. Because if I start it, I will never finish it unless I have a time crunch. It just won't happen. So it will be one project, and it's more of a question of will I finish it rather than how many things will I get done. But yeah, I don't know. Don't know how I feel about it. Because the thing is, if I'm still not on a significant time crunch, I'll just make that video like be filmed over 6 months. Unless I'm on a deadline because I haven't got a video that week. That could work. But yeah, I haven't got a video this week and I've only got 4 days left to get it out. So, and I usually like at least 2 days to edit. My foot is going to finish this. Yes, keychains fab. A lot of vloggers spread a 24-hour challenge over, but I know, but whenever they tell me that, I watch it because I think, oh, they're going to push themselves for 24 hours, like a full 24 hours. And then it's like, right, I'm going to do a timer. And I'm like, oh, it's less fun. Less fun than watching you slog through a 24-hour period. The problem is in my life, I won't have a full 24-hour period. It just isn't really possible. Because it would mean I would have to ignore my children for 24 hours. And even if I tried that, they wouldn't allow it. So yeah. I mean, anyone that has kids knows that you can't hide anywhere. You cannot hide. Yeah. Really enjoyed the mermaid finish in 5 hours off frog. So that got some mixed reviews actually. It was quite interesting. Good, but people were more concerned about my welfare, which was lovely, but not what I thought was going to happen. And a lot of people have said you should do the finish video, but not frog it, not the threat to frog. I tell you, that threat to frog it was, oh, I genuinely had palpitations towards the end because I really thought I wasn't going to finish it. 3, 4. Yeah, I really was worried. And I finished with seconds to spare, and the finish is not great. Yeah, it's not my usual standard, shall we say. That's your challenge. Having a video and deadline would work. Yeah, I'd need a deadline. I'm no good without a deadline. Woolworths used to have a shop, but they closed, so it's now an online orders only. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into this because we've got some mixed opinions, and if there's any chance that there is a shop, I want to visit it. I also want to do like a yarn crawl, a bit like a bar crawl, and find like lots of like independent little yarn stores. That would be cute. I need some more yarn, she says, with all the yarn behind her, and that's not even half the stash. Do I think the mermaid video would have been less stressful if I knew the pattern already? To be honest, the pattern was really simple. It wasn't the pattern that was the problem necessarily. It was the yarn choice. That yarn was the type of yarn that when it like even gets close to other yarn, it goes, oh, let's attach to each other and make it impossible to split apart. and it just formed like extra fuzzies and big clumps of knots when actually no knot had ever been made. And a lot of people suggested caking the yarn first, which I did want to do, but hadn't found the yarn winder because we still haven't unpacked everything from when we moved. So yeah, it's kind of my fault. I think I found the yarn winder now, but I'm not sure where I put it because it's certainly not in this room yet. Uh, yeah, winding the yarn probably would have made it a lot less stressful beforehand. But like I say, we've just moved. I don't know where I've put it. Um, love a deadline. Yeah, deadline is the only way things get done with me. You can visit Actually Yarn in Swindon. Actually Yarn sounds fun. I like yarn stores. I like days out. Sounds good to me. And yeah, we are planning on lots of trips out this summer. I want to enjoy as much of the weather as possible because it has been really, really wet here. We hadn't had much time or many days without rain for quite a few months. You lost your yarn winder, support a new one. Only for your son to let you know he had the original in his room. No, I know mine is in the house. I know it's in the house. I refuse point. There's already my second winder because the first one was terrible. The second one, I actually saw my primary school boyfriend on Facebook. He's doing like, the rugs that you make where you've got that machine that jots the rugs. Um, and he was saying how much he loved his new yarn winder, and I'm like, interesting. And he looked like he had massive balls of yarn being wound on this thing. I thought I might be able to handle my blanket yarn because that stuff like cakes up really big. And I thought, oh, so I messaged him, like, hi, can you tell me what yarn winder you use, please? Haven't spoken to this guy for 25 years, something like that. So thank you, Andrew. That was really helpful. I bought it and I haven't changed since. Yeah, right. I'm hoping to finish this before we go off live. I've got what, like 8 minutes left. We've got one more round to go and then construction. Should we finish the jelly? Let's finish the jelly. Tell my wife I'll overrun a little bit. Okay, can anyone remember this part of the pattern? Doubles or halves? Halves. I can't remember if it's a double crochet or a half double crochet. Hang on, figure this one out. Or is it a half and then a double and then a half? Oh, that looks good. I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, okay, we're good. I do a lot of tentacle things and it's trying to remember which one's which. Does my wife craft or crochet? No. No, she does not. Would I want her to? Probably not, because she'd want to use some of my yarn. Oh, I ruined my yarn. We've joked about her trying my kits because she would be an absolute beginner, and she just never got around to it. Unfortunately, with her hands, um, because she has a long-term condition, it can be really difficult for her to do things like this. So no, no, she doesn't craft. When she gets spare time, she likes to play The Sims, and she hasn't played The Sims. I don't even know when the last time she played The Sims was. We just don't have much free time. So you bought the cream and plastic winder and you liked it, and got the wooden millward one, but still use the plastic one. See, I've got a plastic one. It's pink and white, I think. If I ever use it in a video, I'll put a link. I got it off of Amazon. I get everything off of Amazon. Pretty much apart from my yarn, which warehouse. But the yarn that isn't on Wool Warehouse, I get from Amazon. And I like it, but it's manual. It'd be great to have an electric one. But it works, and I quite like that. It does work. So, yeah, this is right. The Sims is dangerous. So I used to play The Sims, and then every now and then I watch her play, and I'm like, I want to play, and I get bored after half an hour. I can't. I quite like theme hospital, but kind of makes me feel like I'm at work, um, just trying to manage things, but in a fun way. And I used to play quite a lot of Minecraft, but then I learned to crochet, and that kind of took a backseat. But yeah, we only get a few hours in the evening if we're lucky, if the kids go to bed on time and stay in bed. And most of the time we sit there and we just stare at a wall and try and function. Because I hope I come over as a bit of an extrovert person, but I am an incredible introvert. Um, I need my reboot time, my quiet time, and that's where YouTube comes in. You find winding yarn calming. Minecraft makes you feel nauseous. Interesting. So I've seen some people do like yarn winding ASMR videos, and I can't tell if I like them or not. Like I find it interesting, but I'm not sure. Not sure. I don't think I've ever watched it all the way to the end. I should say that. Um, right. Okay. You need some eyes. Mm. Oh, this is a new ball. ASMR gives you the ick. Good to know. I like ASMR, but it depends on what it is. Um, I started watching that kinetic sand stuff a little while ago again. I sort of go through phases. I go through phases. Let's just say it that way. Uh, If I turn the volume off videos, you can hear them too much. See, I like the sound. I really like the sound. Um, I don't know, just the thing. I think everybody differs, don't they? You're crocheting right now. What are you crocheting? What are you making? So I'm now doing the bit that I hate, which is the stitching it all together. 3, 4, 5. So yeah, I don't think I'll be able to find 24 hours between now and Wednesday to do this project. This week I've got 2 presentations to make for the teaching session. I've got several meetings and yeah, just general day-to-day life. Making granny squares. What are you going to use them for? Is it a blanket or clothing? Or you don't know? You're going to say good night, your meds are kicking in. Oh, night. I'm envious of the meds. Sleepy, sleepy. Looking for inspiration for next month's challenge. Okay, I am interested. I have session plans for school sessions to do, but that's a tomorrow problem. I like it. I like it. We always say that's a future Amy and Blossom problem. And then we constantly curse past Amy and Blossom for making it future Amy and Blossom's problem. Um, there's a lot of that in our house. Crocheting a bag, love it. I don't know where the label for this one. Okay, right. Let's put this bad boy together. Then I can officially say I've finished 2 items on this live stream. I don't know how crocheters finish more. I watch quite a lot of Crochet Vision's lives. Does anyone watch Crochet Vision? I put that on the wrong side. And she does like 5-hour lives. I have no idea how she does it. It's like talking for 5 hours and makes so many things. She is funny. I kind of like how blunt she is sometimes. It's like, yeah, all right, you say how it is. Cool. Crackers. Crochet so fast. She does. And she makes like really big items. And I don't know if she's double stranding her yarn or like making it big with big yarn or if she's just got really loose tension. But yeah, I love how big her plushies come out. I bought her crab pattern. Oh, you know what? I am going to put the crab on the wheel. Let's do it. Let's put the crab on the wheel. Right. While we're here, has anyone got any other suggestions? Summer wrap using cotton. Always forgotten cotton, like the chenille. Yeah. I love cotton. Love working with cotton. I'm in the middle of about 4 or 5 different bags. I take inspiration from other people. I really want to finish the gummy bear bag. When I say finish, I've started it. I've really started it. Cherry charms. Okay. I kind of just want to make cherries. Can I just make cherries? I'm making a fruit bowl. Let's do that. What's that? Fly landed on me. Turtles. I've got so many turtles I need to finish. Turtle. Wristlet. I have so many wristlets. They do sell. They're just a slow, like, they're a slow seller for me. Pangolin. All right. Gonna need a pattern for that one because I do not have a pattern for that. Oh, we could make one and have it here. Be really cute. I do like my cactus as well. I think they're really cute. I'd like to make a big one. All right. Panda. Okay. A Jellycat dupe or something with little brown. I like the marshmallows of the Jellycats. Okay, let's put panda. Oh, not hashtag. And we'll do a Jellycat dupe, but not sure which one. Oh, I also have one of them to finish. He hasn't got a head. He's got his arms and legs all attached, but no head. So yeah, I should finish him really. I need to do a whip video to actually get through my whips. When I first started the YouTube channel, I was getting used to it by doing shorts, and I did a whip a day thing, and you know what? I got through a lot of whips. I feel like I should carry that on. Have I watched Complicated Knots? No, let's write this down. I always need more content to watch. Knots. A cup cozy. Oh, I have found a pride like rainbow cup cozy, but I've also found one that involves a bit of mosaic crochet. So yeah, it actually says the word pride on it, which I thought was quite cool. I think it's an Etsy pattern, if I remember rightly. You watched them all. That was my early days. I was working on it and figuring out how to actually use the platform. And I thought, sure, it's a great way to get out there. And there was some interaction. It was lovely, but not quite what I've gotten from the long form content. Like I've got people to chat to, people attending the lives, and I talk to people in the comments. I try and respond to every comment I get as much as possible. I make sure I try and like every comment because it's really nice to have that, back and forth. I just think it's fun, and I don't tend to get that as much with the shorts. So I do like long form content. I like producing long form content, but the shorts are great for like the little things you want to do. I don't know. I'd like to do some more. I liked the whip challenges. What about a whip a day in May? That just came to me. Would that work? Whip a day in May? All right. I might try that. I like that. I do like that. I like the rhyming. I am a rhyming and alliteration fan. Okay, whip a day in May. It's not going to help me eat through the yarn, guys. It'll help me eat through the whips. There's so many of them. Where are you? As a viewer and a commenter, appreciated that you replied. Thank you. There's a couple of people, like everybody that comments, in my opinion, doesn't have to do that. They go out of their way to say something to you. And I'm not a massive channel, like I'm not trying to keep up with thousands and thousands of comments or anything. So there's not really an excuse for me to just ignore people. If it was like if the big YouTubers, I completely get it. And I think even they still try and respond to as many as possible. But I like being small. Don't get me wrong, getting to 1,000 subscribers is going to be fun. But yeah, I kind of like the idea that if I do get a bit of a following and someone at work does find out, if they try and take the mick out of me, I'm like, yeah, but 1,000 subscribers, I'm good. We'll see. Oh, there we go. All right, he's coming together. What do you think? Getting there? He is getting there. So this was one of the first patterns I ever did. Certainly in the first 10. And I've made him big as well. Made him in massive yarn. Didn't love it. But he ended up becoming one of our raffle prizes. So last year we tried something new and we took one of our bigger plushies at every event and did a like name this plushie thing and then made Alexa pick the best name. And they won the plushie. So you only paid £1 to guess and you won a large item. And for some people, that's the only way they were ever going to get a large item. And that's why we kind of did it. But some events it worked really well, and other events we barely made the cost of the plushie. So I don't know if we're going to do it again this year. Plus, it's a lot of work. So you need to do the separate displays and at the event, like writing down people's phone numbers and names and then dealing with data protection and all of that. That was a lot. I don't think we're going to do that this year. We're just going to sell stuff. The crochet kits are our experiment this year. So yeah, one experiment a year, I think. First time you managed to catch, and it's been lovely to interact with you. It's lovely to interact with you too. I love the community I'm creating. It's really, really sweet, and it's nice to just sit here on a Sunday evening and chat. I still remember the first lives I did where at one point it was just me and my wife and my friend in the chat. And yeah, it was funny. Occasionally you got someone pop in and out, but it was certainly interesting. Now it's a fairly consistent number. It's actually quite a nice number to have. And yeah, I had an interesting piece of news today that I had reached enough criteria to be able to apply to become a YouTube or part of the YouTube program thing, like the first step. It means that you can do memberships, I think. But the question I have for people is, I've never become a member to somebody's channel, and I don't know what like I know people do members only lives and members only perks and things, but other people also do Patreons and all of those types of things. Now I'm not going to be doing that. I do not have the capacity to do Patreon and come up with all these patterns. If this were my full-time job, absolutely, it's not. And unfortunately it never will be. But I could probably stretch to do stuff for members only. And I quite like the idea of doing like a blooper reel, like once a month doing bloopers that only members get to see. But I'm just curious to know, are people members of other people's channels and what kind of perks do you get just from being a member of the YouTube channel? Because I don't know whether I want to even set that up or not. Brand new bag of stuffing today, and I can't find the entrance. Have it? Yes, stopping. Chat doesn't. No, I am trying not to miss anyone's chat. It is nice and chilled. Did my little one ever decide she wanted? No. She's a very complicated 3-year-old. She's 3 going on 13, and she has a lot of feelings. Purple is her favorite color. She really wanted the mermaid tail. We're all things frozen at the moment. So Elsa is everything and has been for about 4 weeks, I think. So we'll see. I might do a Frozen themed video. So my original idea. Okay, let me know if you like this, and if it gets stolen in the meantime, that's fine. I was going to do a series. It would have been a total of 13 episodes over a period of time, maybe a year or something. Crocheting things inspired by Disney princesses, because I think there's 12 princesses plus Elsa, who then becomes queen. Don't think she's in the original 12. So that's something I thought about doing. And in each one, it could be accessories and plushies and wearables and just all things that character. So all things Elsa, for example. It's where I originally bought the mermaid pattern, or what I originally bought the mermaid pattern for, because I was going to do the Little Mermaid Ariel. And the mermaid themed blanket was going to be part of that video. Sewing with chenille yarn. Do not recommend it. Yeah, so that was my original series idea, and it just never quite happened. But I do like the idea of that because it will really push me out of my comfort zone, and I will be just made to look for other patterns, find other crochet artists, other designs, just do things for me rather than for the business. So yeah. So she's your little three-nager, and it's a picky one too. Yeah. She's an interesting character, but she's being raised by me, so I don't know why I'm surprised. Yeah, she's a stubborn little being, but she is the most caring child you'll ever meet. Sometimes. That sounds fun. Yes, sounds good. Okay, cool. Right. Disney princesses is going down well. But it will be like maybe one a month or one every other month, because there'll be a lot of content to make. Oh, come on. Or maybe I'll do like 3 princesses per episode. I'll do one item per princess, for example. Because I had some items of like what I wanted to make, and I was really excited by them. Just never, still haven't gotten around to making them. Look at this. Hate it when it does this. It doesn't always do this when you sew, but it makes it an absolute nightmare to pull it through. We're so close. We're nearly finished our jellyfish. There we go. And I get to treat myself with lemon cheesecake. Apple for Snow White. Yep, absolutely. You read my mind. Is why I bought the crab pattern for Ariel. You got to have a bit of Sebastian in there. And I wanted to do a rose in Beauty and the Beast for Belle. Why are you not going in? Come on. Oh, if I pull this too hard, it's going to snap. Trust it to be the one I'm doing on a live that causes problems. Rose spell, yeah. And I quite like the idea of, I don't want to give all my ideas away. Tell what, you give me your ideas. Otherwise, it won't be a surprise. But yeah, I had quite a few ideas for accessories and things for the various characters. But yeah, I love Disney. I love Disney films. I'm not a girly girl, but it was going to give me an excuse to embrace the girly within, and hopefully something my toddler will like. Right, let's cut that because that's driving me potty. Okay, pull that through. Come on. You want to go through? You do. You do. I want lemon cheesecake, so I can't have lemon cheesecake unless I finish you. Oh, never had it be quite this bad before. There we go. Right. We're nearly done. I mean, look, those of you that work with chenille yarn, is this just not the worst nightmare ever? Right. Okay. That's through. But yeah, I'm hoping everybody has enjoyed the live, had a nice chat with like-minded people. I have to say, it's been very civilized. I love it. Um, you do hear rumors of things going not quite to plan on lives. You're not a fan of cheesecake? That's a good idea. Chocolate chip cookies I can get on board with. See, I'm not a fan of like chocolate cake or anything where the chocolate is in excess. I like chocolate chip, but not double chocolate chip. So yeah, I find it far too sickly sometimes. I've got a bit of a stuffing explosion with that yarn. Frying pan for Rapunzel, I like that. I wanted to find a pattern. So I can't sell like any Disney themed items if they're like truly Disney themed. But I wanted to find the chameleon. What's his name? Um, Pascal. Yeah, I wanted to find a chameleon pattern for Pascal. So yeah. And the other thing is you can crochet wigs, like braided wigs, which I thought was quite cool. Like I've seen quite a few K-pop crochet wigs. So I reckon there must be a Rapunzel one. Oh, had a yarn situation, a stuffing situation, which is really annoying. But yeah, the frying pan is a great weapon. I love it when he just starts using the frying pan at the end as well. It's like embrace it. Embrace it. Right. Nearly, nearly, nearly done. There you go. We have to tidy up the bottom a little bit because something's happened there. There we go. My little purple jellyfish. I love the tentacles in these things. So on this live, we finished off. Did we go with Zelda? Zelda the zebra and a little jelly. Thank you so much for joining. I've really, really enjoyed this evening. I am hoping to do my next live. I think it's in 2 weeks' time, another Sunday evening. So maybe I'll see you there. Enjoy your evening. Have a good week, everybody. Keep crocheting and don't forget, challenge me to how much yarn you can use, but nobody loses in May. Starts on May 1st, which is Friday. Yes, Friday. So, yeah, see you then. Also, don't feel any obligation to join us in a challenge. Not obliged. It is hard work. See you later. Bye.